All right, here we go again. This week, my name is Jason Flame, Chief Instructor at Moorpark Karate and Krav Maga, and I'm joined by our co-host, Mr. Kevin Kowalczik, in Littleton, Colorado, representing Revolution Martial Arts and Raptor Extreme Karate. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
What's up, sir? How are you? How is your Thursday going?
Thursday is going great so far. Thursday is going
It's
great. Got
Thursday,
my.
right? It's
It
Thursday,
is
right?
Thursday. It is right. Just
This week
checking.
has been a
Just
whirlwind, man. Yeah, this week's been a whirlwind. It's been a blur for me. How about you?
always. It always goes. Every day goes quick, especially
Yeah,
when we're having fun.
man.
So hey, we want to talk
Yes,
about
sir.
our Thursday thoughts. Mr. K and I talk on a regular basis, and both being school owners, we face some of the similar topics that come up. So we thought we'd talk about these topics a little bit here to benefit our students, our parents, maybe other school owners that are watching. I'm not sure, but if you're watching, please drop us a comment and let us know if you have any questions. But our topic this week is my child wants to quit. Now what? Right? So, Mr. K, what are some of the things that you hear when people come to you and tell you that their child wants to quit, and what is your initial response?
Yeah, well, we know doing this for years and years and years that students don't quit, parents quit. That's the reality of it, right? But something I always try to explain, I think that's a helpful solution to students and to parents to understand, and for school owners to understand too, is a common thing I hear is, they're bored or they don't want to come anymore or whatever it is. Sometimes, okay, sometimes I feel like that is being projected almost by the parents because let's face it, I'm a parent myself. At the end of a long day, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I have to fight traffic, I have to, get home and get the kids fed and get them in their uniform, and I have to rush to the school and find parking and get them in the school. It can become a hassle, right? And sometimes I think we as parents have this view of I have to do this versus I get to do this. It's a very different mindset, right? Like, for example, I have to go to the gym today. Well, if that's your mindset, you're not motivated to do it, right? But if you say, I get to go to the gym today, I get to improve myself, you have a different mindset in life, right? So one thing I try to explain sometimes to the parents is you don't have to bring your child to karate, or I explain to the student, you don't have to come. Do you know how many kids wish they could come? You get to come, and make
Hmm.
them understand that there's a value and there's a benefit. And sometimes, yeah, it's hard and sometimes it's frustrating trying to get them to class, but you got to look at the long-term payout, right? It's something that they will thank you for in the end. Another common
Hmm.
thing I hear is I don't want to force my child, right? I don't want to force my child to go. I don't want to force my child to do anything. I don't force my kid to do anything either, but I do motivate them. I do. And there's a difference between forcing your kid, I think, and motivating your kid to do something that's going to benefit them down the road. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you agree with that? I think the
Yeah.
motivation part sometimes can be lacking, and I think sometimes students just need a little extra motivation to remember why did they start and what is their goal.
Well, you hit it right there, and that's exactly what I wanted to touch on. Is as adult students that train in martial arts, you have to remember your why. Why did you initially enroll in martial arts? Did you enroll because you wanted to lose weight? Have you achieved that goal? Did you enroll in martial arts because you wanted to get in better shape? Are you happy with where you are? Are you satisfied? Have you reached those goals? Did you want to have some kind of social interaction with other adults, like-minded,
Yeah,
goal-setting adults? So remembering the why, for adult students, but also, parents, why did you enroll your child in martial arts? Did you enroll them for focus, discipline, respect, maybe to have some fun, maybe to get some exercise? What is your reason? And remember those benefits. And if we're going through a rough patch, you hit it right on the head, is that we need to find the right motivation, right? Everybody loves something about martial arts or something about working out. And there's also the other side of the things that we don't love. We need to highlight the things that we do love and the reason that we're coming. And I really believe that if we find out what that motivation is for our child, we don't have to force them. They'll want to go, right? They'll want to go because they're reminded of
absolutely.
earning their belts, earning their stripes, doing well in a tournament. And parents, you see the difference in the way they say yes sir, no sir, the way they shake hands, look people in the eyes, all the things above and beyond the kicking and the punching. What about all those great life skills that they're learning? Because once you take them out of martial arts class, then what? How do we help you? Right? So,
Yeah.
what are some of the other ways that you motivate your students and your parents to continue coming to class after a rough patch?
Yeah, like you said, you got to find what motivates the child, right? And you got to remind them too. Like students have to understand that whether you're a kid, an adult, anybody, whatever, and it's not even just martial arts related. This applies to kind of anything. Is what you focus on, you tend to get more of, right? What you look like through a magnifying glass, what you focus on, you get more of. Think of the people in your life that are always focusing on their problems. They always tend to have more problems, right? They're always complaining, and they don't have enough money in their job, and they're this and they're that. Like if you focus on problems, you're going to get more problems. But if you focus on solutions and success, you're going to get more solutions and success. But the truth of the matter is, success takes sacrifice. It really does. It's going to take your time, your money, your commitment. You might have to cut certain people out of your life. You might have to do certain things that aren't comfortable to get to that end result, right? Like if you want to get in better
Mm-hmm.
shape, you got to go to the gym, you got to eat healthy. Like we all know that, but not everybody wants to do that, right?
Right.
So I think a good thing is finding that motivation and remembering, like, what are we focusing on? Are we focusing on, I'm tired and it's hard and the curriculum's hard and Johnny's complaining and he doesn't want to go? Or are we focusing on the fact that this is building life skills? This is making them a better human being for the rest of their life. Like they're learning
Mm-hmm.
discipline and focus and confidence, and they're gaining these character skills that are going to help them in everything they do for the rest of their life. And let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest, parents, there's times where you don't want to go to work. There's times where you don't want to do, and that's what discipline is, right? I think parents come to us mostly because they want their children to have discipline. Well,
Mm-hmm.
discipline isn't getting in trouble. Discipline is doing the right thing. There's
Mm-hmm.
times where I know I love going to work. I mean, I get to do something I love to do every day, right? I get to put a
Mm-hmm.
martial arts uniform on. I get to be a big kid. I get to play and have fun. Like I love teaching martial arts and changing lives. But most
Mm-hmm.
people, they don't love their job. Like if we're just being real honest, most people, they hate getting up on Monday. They dread the week. They look forward to the weekends, right? There's times where you don't want to go to work. There's times where you don't love your job, but you got to get up and do it anyway because that's discipline, right?
Mm-hmm.
So another thing I try to tell parents too is, hey, listen, if your child's doing this where they're losing interest sometimes, or it's hard and they're going through those highs and those lows, that's normal. That's
Mm-hmm.
normal. I think most people normally go through highs and lows. I think you would agree.
Yeah.
There's times where you don't want to, get up early and go to the gym, or there's times where you don't want to whatever, right? Like I don't
Right.
want to pay my bills. I don't want to, like, whatever it is. There's times where there's stuff in life we just don't want to do.
Right.
Um, but I think that's a part of a normal progression, right? So
Right. For
people
sure.
gotta understand there's normal times like that, right? One thing I thought was interesting, I had a student of mine tell me, a black belt adult student of mine tell me, was her dad always said, you never quit anything on a low. Go ahead and quit when you're on a high. So the interesting concept was you just got your new belt. You just in the kids pumped up, so do you want to quit now? Well, no. Like you're pumped, right? Quit on a high. You'll never quit,
Right.
right? So I
No,
thought that was kind of
absolutely.
an interesting. Yeah, they just came back from a martial arts tournament. They just did really well, or they just earned their new belt, or they just came off this really high energy seminar and they're super pumped. Do you want to quit now? Heck no,
Right.
right?
Right.
So we got to remember, like, that's a normal progression to life.
Well, and I don't
Do you
think
see
that.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
say, do you
think that
see that in
you
your
have.
own students?
I do. And I don't think that anybody has ever earned their black belt and said, well, like that day, like this is the day I'm going to quit, right? People that get their black belt and they never wish that they had quit once they earn it. And I try to remind parents and students that, like, just get to that next belt, just get to that next stripe, just get to that next class, whatever it is. But I think that's a really good one. Never quit on a low. If you're going to quit on a high, and you'll never want to quit. Something I read online, I think it was today or maybe yesterday, I read a school owner posted in a martial arts group that he just doesn't love other sports. right? And so a lot of people have a hard time with other sports being, the competition for martial arts. And you're right, we do compete for their time and for their energy, but you having kids and I having kids that have participated in other sports and activities, the thing that I love most about martial arts is that you see martial arts helps them excel in
Yes.
soccer, baseball. So I used to be one of those instructors where I would cringe every time baseball season came around because I knew everybody was going to quit. But again, focus on martial arts is going to help make them a better baseball player. Martial arts is going to help them get better grades in school. We could either work with them or work against them, and ultimately it's the child or the student's benefits that we should be focused on. So I want to see my students succeed in baseball. I want to see them succeed in soccer, wrestling, football, gymnastics, dance, whatever it is, because I know that a part of their success is attributed to the discipline and the work ethic that they learn here. Right. So, other sports are not our enemy, they're our ally, right? We're all working to make our students the best version of themselves each and every day, right? So, think about some of the drills that we do in class. I mean, I do some specific drills and explain, hey, when you're turning your hip for throwing a reverse punch, man, that's exactly how you turn your hip when you're up at bat and you want to drive the ball. Things like that. When you tie them together, it really is a good relationship, in my opinion. So, as we kind of get near the end of our discussion today, one of the things that I think is really important too is our curriculum. Our curriculum is exciting, it's energetic, it's fun, and we're just introducing the Raptor Extreme Karate program, which our students are hyped. We have a class on Saturday, and our students are loving it. We've implemented all of the Raptor Extreme forms in our weapons classes as well. Our students are getting excited about competing again. So tell us a little bit more about Raptor Extreme Karate and how people, our students here or any students across the country, can get involved with that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. So the traditional martial arts is awesome, right? Martial arts we know has so many values and benefits, and it goes back to the life skills. It's learning discipline. It's learning to be focused. It's learning to have inner confidence when you're in those tough situations to make choices, right? It's making you a better person. But here's the reality that most martial arts school owners don't really realize is your students aren't going to get the positive life skills and benefits of the martial arts if they don't stay long enough. If they come in and they're bored with your curriculum, they're bored with your classes, they're not going to stay long enough for them to gain those positive life skills and have life-changing effects. And that's why we all started teaching martial arts to begin with, is to change lives, right? So it's taking those basic traditional techniques, but taking them to a performance level. It's more like what they see in movies. It's more like what they see when they watch, TV and all that cool stuff. We still have practical techniques to all of our martial arts, but we're doing it at a performance level that keeps them engaged. It keeps it fun. It's high energy, and it's going to in turn make better martial artists, and it's going to make better people because they're going to last longer in the martial arts, right? So it's super awesome. I mean, all the schools that are jumping on it are having so much fun with it, so much success with it. And I can't wait to see how many lives we can change through an exciting curriculum. I think of it. I had somebody give me a great analogy. Somebody that's using our system. They said, man, it's like changing your menu a little bit. If you go to a restaurant and the menu's bad and you order some food and the food's kind of bad and the service is kind of bad, you're probably not going back to that restaurant, right? But you go back and now you have an exciting menu and the curriculum is like your menu. You go in and it's fun and it's cool and they like it and they enjoy it and you're offering different things, right? They're coming back again and again and again and they're excited about it, right? So it's bringing that new, fresh life. And I think our industry is going through a change now. And the schools that are getting it, the schools that are jumping on that wave and they're understanding it, they're going to see success in the years to come.
Well, we're definitely excited to be on board and to have this as part of our
Awesome.
program. It does add options to the menu, right? We have our Krav Maga program, we have our traditional martial arts, we have Raptor Extreme Performance Training. It's
So cool.
everybody, and the cool thing is, you mentioned it, right? It helps students train longer. I don't just want to turn out black belts. I want to turn out
Yeah.
martial arts martial artists that live the lifestyle that we talked about last week. And when we give them options, it's going to give them a different avenue, something to pursue, during a rough time, or maybe even a little more focus after black belt, because there's so much to learn and so much to do
Absolutely.
after black belt. So thanks for joining me today and just kind of giving your thoughts on this. I hope parents and students, you get a lot out of these. Please let us know if you would like any other topics covered. Shoot us a message or drop some comments below. And let me just close out the show by showing you a little bit about what Raptor Extreme Karate is all about. And we'll see you next week
I'll
on
see you guys.
Thursday for our Thursday thoughts, guys. Thank you so much.